Good morning students. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the classification of magnetic materials. Magnetic materials are classified based on two things. One is known as phenomenological classification, which is based on the magnetic susceptibility of the magnetic material. And the other one is known as the microscopic classification, and it is based on the effect of interaction of the material with external magnetic field. The phenomenological classification of magnetic material is classified into three types, namely diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material, and ferromagnetic material. Diamagnetic material possess the negative value of magnetic susceptibility. Also, the susceptibility is very small. Paramagnetic material possess the magnetic susceptibility that is small, that is less than 1, and it is positive quantity. For ferromagnetic material, it possesses positive very high value of the magnetic susceptibility. So based on the sign and the value of susceptibility, the magnetic materials are classified into three types, that is known as diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material, ferromagnetic material. So diamagnetic material possesses the negative magnetic susceptibility and it is small. Paramagnetic and ferromagnetic material possess positive susceptibility, but paramagnetic material it is small, ferromagnetic material it is very high. Next, this theory, which means the phenomenological classification of magnetic material, was first proposed by Ampere. The magnetic property of a material arises due to the large number of tiny current loops within the material. These tiny current loops are associated with the motion of electrons within the atoms, and each current loop has a magnetic moment associated with it, which means the magnetic moment arises due to the orbital motion of electron. In addition to this orbital magnetic moment, the electron also possesses the spin magnetic moment. Since the internal magnetic field in a magnetic material, the internal magnetic field in a magnetic material is produced by these both, which means the orbital magnetic moment and the spin of electrons. So the magnetic material, the internal magnetic field in a magnetic material is produced by these two things, that is the orbital magnetic moment and the spin magnetic moment of electrons. Next, microscopic classification of magnetic material. This type of classification is based on the magnetic dipoles present inside the material. In this classification, the magnetic materials are broadly classified into two types, in which the magnetic material does not contain permanent magnetic dipoles. That is, this type of magnetic material is known as diamagnetic material. So this type of material does not contain a permanent dipoles inside the material. And the other type consists of a permanent magnetic dipoles, and this is further classified into three types. First type of the material which possess the permanent dipole but which does not interact with each other, which means the material that possess the permanent dipole but it does not interact with each other. This magnetic material is known as the paramagnetic material. In the second type, the permanent dipoles strongly interact within the material and align parallel inside the material. Then this material uh, possess spontaneous magnetization even in the absence of external magnetic field. So this type of material is known as the ferromagnetic material. In the third type of magnetic material, the permanent dipoles interact and align anti-parallel manner, which is inside the material. So in the third type, the permanent dipoles that inside the material that will align in anti-parallel manner. So if the this is also further classified into two types. One is known as antiferromagnetic and another one is known as the ferrimagnetic material. In antiferromagnetic type of magnetic material, it possesses the antiparallel alignment of spin with equal magnitude. So antiferromagnetic material have the alignment of spin inside, but the spin alignment is in anti-parallel manner, and all the spins are equal in magnitude. In ferrimagnetic material, the material possess the anti-parallel alignment of spin with the unequal amount of magnitude. So this type of magnetic material is known as the ferrimagnetic material. Diamagnetism. Diamagnetism is exhibited by the materials whose atoms contain even number of electrons. The electrons in each pair have orbital motion as well as the spin motion in opposite sense. Thus, the resultant magnetic dipole moment of atom is zero. The electron pair and hence the atoms acquire an effective magnetic dipole moment which is opposite to the applied field. Hence, for diamagnetic materials, the magnetic moment is opposite to magnetization. Therefore, the susceptibility of a diamagnetic substance is negative and very small. Look at the picture. Diamagnetic material. If no magnetic field is applied, there is no magnetization. So there is no dipole. If the magnetic field is applied, a dipole is oriented in the direction that is in the direction that is opposite to the applied field. This figure shows the behavior of diamagnetic material in a magnetic field. For a normal magnetic material, the magnetic field inside is equal to magnetic field outside. But for a diamagnetic, this is not a perfect diamagnetic material. For diamagnetic material, that will repel the magnetic lines of forces, which means B in is less than B out. For perfect diamagnetic material, B inside is 0. So the perfect diamagnetic material that will completely repel the magnetic lines of forces. That is a special case that will occur in a superconducting material, that material at superconducting state. Next, properties of diamagnetic material. Permanent dipoles are absent in this kind of diamagnetic material, and hence the permanent magnetic moment of each atom is zero. In the presence of an external field, they become weakly magnetized, but in the direction opposite to the magnetic field direction. The diamagnetic material will repel the magnetic lines of forces. The susceptibility is independent of temperature for a diamagnetic material. It is a negative, which is of the order of 10 power minus 5 for most diamagnetic materials, such as organic materials and light elements. Now look at this graph. When the temperature increases, the magnetic susceptibility is constant, which means the temperature will not affect the diamagnetic property of the material. Look at this picture. This is the magnetic field versus magnetization curve. Here the magnetic field increases, the magnetization occur in the opposite direction. So psi m is a negative quantity, and it is less than 0. So magnetization is proportional to the magnetic field, but it is in the opposite sense. So m is equal to psi m into h. Psi m is a quantity that is known as magnetic susceptibility. Here it is less than 0. In a material like alkali earths and bismuth, magnetic susceptibility is intermediate, negative, and varies with the field and the temperature below, varies with the applied field and the temperature below 20 Kelvin. Perfect diamagnetism, as I said earlier, the perfect diamagnetism occurs. The value of susceptibility of a perfect diamagnet is minus 1. In some materials, it will occur. The type of material is called superconductors. Below a critical temperature, this effect is known as Meissner effect. The superconducting material below the critical temperature, that material is in the superconducting state. If the material in superconducting state, that is completely repel the magnetic lines of forces, and hence in superconductor the magnetic induction B will be 0 inside the superconductor. Example of diamagnetic material are antimony, copper, zinc, silicon, germanium, graphite, sulfur, diamond, sodium chloride, hydrogen, helium, gold, silver, mercury, and lead. Next, paramagnetic materials. The magnetic field associated with orbiting and spinning electrons do not cancel each other due to the presence of unpaired electrons. So, for paramagnetic material possess unpaired electron, but diamagnetic material possess paired electrons. So each electron in an orbit has an orbital and a spin magnetic moment. When the shells are unfilled, there is a net magnetic moment present inside the material. In the absence of external magnetic field, the net magnetic moment of the atoms are arranged in random directions because of the thermal fluctuations. Hence, there is no magnetization. When an external magnetic field is applied to the material, there is a tendency for a dipole to align with the field, that gives rise to an induced positive dipole moment that is proportional to the applied field. The magnetic moment and the magnetic field are in the same direction, and hence the susceptibility is a positive quantity. When a magnetic material is heated, which means a paramagnetic material that is heated, the thermal agitation of its atom is increases. So due to the excess of heat, the thermal vibration is occur. The alignment of the dipole becomes disturbed. Hence, the magnetization of the paramagnetic substance decreases as the temperature increases. Susceptibility of a paramagnetic material is inversely proportional to the temperature. Example of paramagnetic material are air, oxygen, potassium, tungsten, platinum, erbium chloride, neodymium oxide and yttrium oxide. The value of magnetic susceptibility of a paramagnetic material is of the order of 10 power minus 5 to 10 power minus 3. Next, properties of paramagnetic materials. Paramagnetic materials possess permanent magnetic dipoles which are randomly oriented in the absence of an external applied field. Hence, the net magnetization in any given direction is zero. So, because of the random orientation of the magnetic dipoles, the net magnetic moment in a particular direction is zero, that is before application of magnetic field. In the presence of external magnetic field, the dipole aligned with the field give rise to an induced positive dipole moment. So when the field is applied, the dipole present inside a paramagnetic material that align in the direction parallel to the field direction. When it is placed inside a magnetic field, it attracts the magnetic lines of forces. So look at this picture. When it is placed in a magnetic field, it will attract the magnetic lines of forces. In alkali and transition metals, susceptibility is small, positive, and it is independent of temperature. In rare earth ions, the paramagnetic susceptibility is large and positive, and it obeys Curie law. So Curie law, which means the magnetic susceptibility is inversely proportional to the temperature. So look at this picture. For paramagnetic material, magnetic susceptibility is decreases when the temperature is increases. So magnetic susceptibility psi m is inversely proportional to T. When you equate this, we are introducing a constant of proportionality, that is C by T. That constant is known as the Curie constant, C. So this figure gives the relationship between the magnetic field and the magnetization. If the applied field increases, the magnetization is also increases. So M is equal to psi m into H. The quantity magnetic susceptibility psi m is greater than 0. The paramagnetic susceptibility, which means the magnetic susceptibility of a paramagnetic material, is independent of the applied field. Next, ferromagnetic materials. Ferromagnetic materials like iron, cobalt, nickel and their alloys are very strongly magnetic. A ferromagnetic material has a spontaneous large magnetic moments. That is a magnetic moment which is non-zero even in the absence of an external field. So this type of material possesses the spontaneous magnetization even in the absence of magnetic moment. This is because they have a net intrinsic magnetic dipole moment due to the spin of electrons. Next, properties of ferromagnetic material. The spins align in parallel in the same direction. That is due to the special form of interaction called exchange or coupling between the adjacent atom. So the anti-parallel spins inside the material that will align in parallel manner in the ferromagnetic material. When the ferromagnetic material is placed inside a magnetic field, it attracts the magnetic lines of forces very strongly. So the ferromagnetic material strongly, compared to para, the ferromagnetic material strongly attract the magnetic lines of forces when it is placed in a external magnetic field. Each ferromagnetic material has a characteristic temperature called the ferromagnetic Curie temperature, that is denoted by the symbol theta. So above the Curie temperature, Its properties are quite different from ferromagnetic behavior. The materials like iron, cobalt, nickel, and gadolinium have very large positive ferromagnetic susceptibility, which is greatly depends on the temperature. In accordance with the formula, the magnetic susceptibility psi m is equal to C by T minus theta. So look at the picture. So temperature versus 1 by psi m. Look at the picture. The magnetic susceptibility is inversely proportional to the temperature. So if temperature increases, 1 by psi m is increases. That means the inversely proportional. Look at this. This gives the relationship between the temperature and the susceptibility. The susceptibility is decreases. In ferromagnetic region, the susceptibility is large and it is a positive quantity. Up to the particular temperature, this is theta. If this theta is known as the Curie temperature for ferromagnetic material. So the temperature is less than theta, the magnetic susceptibility is large and positive. So Im is large and positive. So this region is known as the ferromagnetic region. If the temperature of the ferromagnetic material increases beyond the Curie temperature, the magnetic susceptibility is started to decrease like paramagnetic material. So psi m here is equal to C by T minus theta. So in this region, the ferromagnetic material will act as a paramagnetic material. Next, the ferromagnetic material exhibit the hysteresis below below Curie temperature. When a ferromagnetic material is taken through a cycle of magnetization, it is seen that the magnetic induction lags behind the applied field. So in ferromagnetic material only that we can see the magnetic induction lags behind the applied field. This lagging of B behind H is called the hysteresis. Though this cycle of loop of magnetization versus magnetic field with the magnetic field intensity curve is known as the hysteresis loop, that we will see in detail in the next lectures. These material, the ferromagnetic material, consist of a number of small regions which are spontaneously magnetized, and it is called domains. Antiferromagnetism. In certain materials, within the material, the distance between the interacting atom is small. The exchange forces produces a antiparallel alignment of electron spins of neighboring atoms within the material. This kind of interaction is leads the antiferromagnetic behavior, and this type of material is known as antiferromagnetic material. The most characteristic feature of an antiferromagnetic material is the occurrence of sharp maximum of susceptibility for a particular temperature in temperature versus susceptibility curve. So the temperature at which the maximum the maximum value of susceptibility occur is known as the Néel temperature. Above Néel temperature, the susceptibility varies as a function. The susceptibility psi m is equal to C by T plus theta, that is inversely proportional to temperature. C is the Curie constant and theta is the paramagnetic Curie temperature. Properties of antiferromagnetic materials. In antiferromagnetic materials, the electron spins of neighboring atoms are aligned in antiparallel manner. Salts of some transition elements exhibit antiferromagnetic susceptibility, which is small and positive, and it is greatly dependent on temperature. At above Néel temperature, magnetic susceptibility psi m is equal to C. It will vary by the expression psi m is equal to C by T plus theta, and below Néel temperature it is it increases with the temperature, that is psi m is directly proportional to T, that is below Néel temperature. Look at this figure. So this is temperature versus susceptibility curve. Initially the temperature increases, the susceptibility is also slightly increases up to it reaches a maximum at a particular temperature. That temperature is known as Néel temperature, that is represented by Tn. So beyond Néel temperature the susceptibility decreases, that is inversely proportional to temperatures, that will vary like this formula: psi m is equal to C by T plus theta. Here T is the C is the Curie constant and theta is the Curie temperature. So beyond Néel temperature, in this region the antiferromagnetic material will become a paramagnetic material. So this region is known as the paramagnetic region. So in this region it will obey the Curie-Weiss law. Ferrimagnetism. Like antiferromagnetic material, it is a special kind of antiferromagnetism, that is ferrimagnetism. The net magnetization of magnetic sublattice is not zero in ferrimagnetic materials. The ferrimagnetic material possesses the antiparallel alignment of spin with unequal magnitude. So as a result, it possesses a small magnetization. A ferrimagnetic material possesses a net magnetic moment, that is due to the antiparallel alignment of spin with unequal magnitude. So as a result it possesses the net magnetic moment. The moment disappears above the Curie temperature theta, that is analogous to Néel temperature in the antiferromagnetic material. So above the Curie temperature, due to the thermal agitation that randomizes the individual magnetic moment of electrons, and the material becomes paramagnetic. So above Curie temperature the ferrimagnetic material becomes paramagnetic. Next, the properties of ferrimagnetic materials. Ferrimagnetic materials possess net magnetic moment as the spin alignment is antiparallel with the different magnitudes. So ferromagnetic material, the spins are aligned in antiparallel manner, that is with the equal magnitude, but in ferrimagnetic material the neighboring spins are aligned in antiparallel manner with the unequal magnitude. So as a result it possesses the net magnetic moment, the small amount of net magnetic moment. Above Curie temperature the ferrimagnetic material becomes a paramagnetic, while below Curie temperature it is a ferromagnetic, it possesses a ferromagnetic behavior. So the susceptibility depends on temperature. So this shows the temperature versus susceptibility curve of a ferrimagnetic material. So up to Néel temperature the susceptibility is very large and positive. So this region is ferromagnetic region. Beyond Néel temperature the susceptibility varies as C by T plus or minus theta. So this region the material become paramagnetic material. So this is the spin alignment of a ferrimagnetic material. Thank you students. In this lecture we have discussed the type of magnetic material.